Namaskar, friends. This is Shekhar Mayanil here. We are going to start episode number 12 of Sri Bharat CharitAmrit Sindhu. So, before we start, let me bow down to Ganesh Ji Maharaj and, of course, Hanuman Ji, who is none other than my breath. My breath itself is Hanuman Ji. So, let's begin. So, let me share. So, this is what it was. The episode number 12 is Bharatji's journey to Chitrakoot. How does it resemble neuronal migration during nervous system development? We'll see the the intricacies of how what was going on in Bharatji's mind and how does his gait or his movement resemble exactly like the nerves, the neuroblast, the small neurons when they move to make connection with a target organ or target neuron. How do they migrate? That is what we will talk about. So it is from Ayodhya Kand, where he says, "Ferat maho matu krit khori, chalat bhagati bal धीरज घोरी, जब समुझत रघुनाथ सुभाऊ, तब पत परत उचालत पाऊ, भरत दशा थे अवसर कैसी, जल प्रवाह जल अली गति जैसी." So let's start. So once they have decided that they are going to go to Sri Ram uh, and bring him back here, this is not this throne is not mine. It is Ramchandraji's throne. So they were all ready to go board on different uh, chariots and palanquins and everything. And then suddenly Bharatji thought to himself, "Sampati sab raghupati ke ahi, जो बिनु जतन चलो तही तजी ताहि, संपत्ति सब रघुपति के आही, जो बिनु चलत चलो तजी ताहि, तो परिणाम न मोरी भलाई, पाप शिरोमणि साई दुहाई, करई स्वामी हित सेवक सोई, दूषण कोटि देहि किन कोही, अस विचार सुचि सेवक बोले, जे सपने हूँ निज धर्म न डोले, कही सब मरम धर्म भल भाषा, जो जेहि लायक सो तेहि राखा, करी सब जतन रखी रखवारे, राम मातु पही भरत सुधारे. Bharatji thought, this, how can I just leave everything in Ayodhya and go to Chitrakoot? Because everybody wants to go. So he said, "Oh my goodness, everything belongs to Sri Ram. So if I leave it unprotected, the results will not be good. For disloyalty to one master is the greatest of all sins. A sevak is he defines this beautifully. What is a sevak? Sevak is he who serves the interest of his master no matter if anyone brings millions of imputation against him. What a Sabte Sevak Dharam Kathora de. He says later on in Ayodhya Kand, this is the biggest of the most toughest of all the dharma. Dharma means duty, is Sevak's duty. It is most tough because he doesn't get any recognition. He does not get any accolades. He doesn't get any medals, nothing. But he serves his master to the ultimate. Unbelievable. He has understanding of what sevak is. Pondering thus, he summoned his faithful sevaks, who had never dreamt of flinching from their duty. Then what he did was he confided the secrets of the kingdom. He taught them their paramount duty and entrusted them with the work which they were fit to do. कहेउ लेहु सब तिलक समाजु बनहि देव muni राम ही राजू. Then he said that the best thing is to take everything necessary for the coronation ceremony. We will make Ram the king right there in the forest itself, and we'll bring him back with pomp and show. Take all that is necessary. And he said the sage Vasishtha will crown Sri Ram in the forest itself. Hence starts. So राम दरस बसी सब नर नारी जनु करी करनी चले तकी बारी बनसिय राम समुझ मन माही सानुज भरत पया देहि जाही देखि स्नेह लोग अनुरागे उतरी चले हैं गए रथ त्यागे जाई समीप राखी निज डोली राम मात मृदु बानी बोली तात चढ़ो रथ बलि महतारी होई प्रिय परिवार दुखारी चले तुम्हारे चलत चलहि सब लोग सकल शोक कृस नहीं मग जोगो सिर धरि बचन चरण सिरुनाई रथ चढ़ी चलत भय दो भाई. Aha, what a beautiful thing. See, everybody were interested in they were they were blissed out actually in just imagining that they are going to see Ram. And in that process, what they said, they felt that Ramchandra ji and Sita ji and Lakshman ji, they are going barefooted in the forest. How can they? So they came down from their palanquin or their chariot and others, because Sri Bharat ji and Shatrugna ji, they were walking, right? And hence they followed all the people of Ayodhya followed Bharat ji. So Ramchandraji's mother felt very sorry for them. You know, she was very, very kind, very empathetic person. She quietly came. She brought her chariot close to Bharatji, where he was walking, and he said quietly, he said, Bharat, beta, dear Bharat, please uh, get on the chariot. Otherwise, because you are walking, everybody is walking also. And they are not yogi as you are, right? They will be getting tired and thirsty, and they might fall down. They might they might become tired, so tired that they will exhaust themselves. So why don't you, for their sake, come onto the chariot and hence and walk and go along with them, so that they can come back. So what happened was Bharatji immediately agreed with his mother, with Mother Kaushalya, and he said he immediately climbed up onto the chariot so that others also can do the same. This is such a beautiful thing. See, whenever we are doing any our dharma means our duty, or let's say some sadhana, whatever the sadhana we might be doing. It is not necessary that we have to show it to the others, or any point in time, if our sadhana is an obstacle in others people's happiness, if whatever we might be doing, if that is bothering anybody or making them weak or making them putting them in trouble, that is not sadhana. This is what Mother Kaushalya taught Bharatji, how to do sadhana even. Beautiful. That's such a nice. Now, how does this whole thing resemble the early neurogenesis early neuronal migration or corticogenesis. It's a and late corticogenesis. This is something. So what happens is in early corticogenesis, the somal migration, which is this is the first neuron. They are traveling on their own, right? They just like Bharatji. Sanuja Bharata Paya Dehi Jai means they are walking on foot, right, on their own. Then this is early corticogenesis. Then whereas glia guided migration in the blue is late corticogenesis. So what is happening is he is basically going on to the chariot. But actually, what happened? He was going on a chariot just to show them that he is all with them. But what happened was he would tell the chariot person to slow down so that he can go behind and get out of the chariot and walk because he could not bear the pain that Sri Ram must have gone through. Hence, he said, no way, I cannot do the chariot thing. I have to get down and walk the foot. So this is basically the early corticogenesis when Bharatji was traveling, going on foot. And then later on, this is the when mother told that, listen, come on, come on the chariot, and so that others are not put into trouble. So then what happened? They were doing while they were going on. Pay ahar phala asana एक निसि भोजन एक लोग करत राम हित नेम व्रत परिहरि भूषण भोग. What happened? While on their way, they stopped at various rivers, Tamsa Nadi and then Jamna Nadi and the Ganga Nadi. All these different rivers. They stopped on the way, and what they were doing all along, they were living only on milk or fruits. And while some only took one time meal, only one time meal. So this is the sattvic ahar that they were doing. So that itself is sadhana. Sattvic ahar and renouncing all the luxuries. They observe vows and fast for the sake of Sri Ram. So for the sake of Sri Ram? Because Ramchandraji is also living on the same thing. He is living probably on some fruits, kanda mula phala, right? This is all they were doing. So all the people of Ayodhya started to do the same thing as Ramchandraji would be doing. So this is Sattvic Ahar, which is itself a sadhana. So there is sadhana going on here. Number one is Bharatji is doing his own sadhana, and Sita and Kaushalya Mata is telling him how to do the right way without putting anybody in trouble. So most people sometimes we do our sadhana, but that is causing headache and other complication to our neighbors or even to our family sometimes. So that at any point in time that should be avoided. That's what it meant. So this is the way. This is the nature review neurosciences. This is where the neuronal migration starts at the dorsal brain, prefrontal cortex, I would say, and then it travels all the way to the ventral forebrain. This is where somewhere the Chitrakoot is and Sri Ram is. So what is happening is during this phase, the dorsal forebrain and the ventral forebrain has to make connections, long connections, and this journey itself is all about connectivity, neuronal connectivity. And why it is Chitrakoot? Because that is the hub for all kind of connectivity in the brain. So that's where this is probably the place where Sri Ram is, and Chitrakoot, which is pons in the brain area. More saran Ram ki panahi. See, Bharatji's, he said that my only refuge are Ramji sandals. Why Ramji? Why not Ramji? Because the sandals have already surrendered to Ramji. So sandals are das, which means sevak of Ramji. I am the sevak of that sevak. So dasanu das. So that is his understanding about sadhana. Dasanu das, not saying that I am the das of Sri Rama. So like I am big time. It's not like that. I am the das of the sandal that he is wearing. Sandal is already surrendered. Sandal is the sevak of Sri Ram, and I am the sevak of that sandal. And that's why he put the sandal on his head while he was taking. We'll talk about that a little later. Why? Because Ramchandraji is the only noble master. While the whole blame lies with the sevak himself, that is, say, the only being deserving of fame in the world are Chatak bird and the fish, who are clever in keeping ever fresh their vows of fidelity and love. Thinking thus in his mind, he went on his journey, his whole body rendered powerless by diffidence and affection. The sinful act of his mother dragged his. So whenever he was thinking about his mother and what she did, he would slow down and maybe wander somewhere here. But his devotion to the feet of the Lord will press him forward. So whenever he thought of Ramji's good nature, his feet moved quickly and along the way. So this was like have you ever seen a river meeting the ocean? So it goes in and comes back again. It goes in and comes back again. So goes into the ocean and comes back again. So that was his gate. Um, um, and it was like very unstructured because in his mind he was thinking, will Ramchandraji accept me? If he does not accept me, obviously it's because of my mother who has created so much problem for him. Maybe I will not be accepted. But he was saying, no, no, my Lord is so nice. His स्वभाव is so wonderful. समुझत जब समुझत रघुनाथ स्वभाव तब पथ परत उचालत पाव. He said that is if Ramchandraji meets me, it is because of his goodness, not because of me. Because I am connected to my mother who is done wrong things. So I am her son, so I must be just despicable. बस भरत दसाते अवसर कैसी जल प्रवाह जल Ali Gati Jaisi. Bharatji's gait at that time resembled the movement of waterfly carried along a stream. If you see a waterfly in the river, along the stream it goes this way, that way, all over, upward, backward, upstream, downstream. It works all the time like that. So let's see uh, Bharatji's the way he how does a neuron resemble that situation. So we'll see that. So this is the neuron which this the one which is Bharatji is here, this one, and he is trying to reach at this point his gait is good, but after some time his gait will be reversing himself. So when he was thinking about his mother and the wickedness that she did, he would not be comfortable. But the moment he thought about Ram, so this is the Bharatji is thinking about his mother right now. Now, when his gait is going backward, and now he's thinking about Sri Ram's magnanimous nature and his so nice swabhav actually. So he is moving on like that. So what we learn from Bharatji's Charitra is as follows. We started this series of Sri Bharat CharitAmrit Sindhu because Sri Ram in Hanuman Chalisa says, Hanumanji, you are as dear to me as Bharatji is to me. So we discussed this in yogic neurosciences in Hanuman Chalisa. Tum mama priya Bharata hi samabhai. So if that is the case, if Bharatji is considered as Dharmasar in this series, then Hanumanji is also Dharmasar. He is no less. How does Sri Hanumanji follow his true dharma? He says, So ananya jaake asi mati na tarai Hanumanta. मैं सेवक सचराचर रूप स्वामी भगवंत. In Kishkinda Kand, Sri Ramji, Hanumanji asked Ramchandraji, what is Ananya Bhakta? Ananya Bhakta means nobody other than you. He is dependent 100% on you only. So the Ramchandraji said, Hanumanji, so Ananya, he is Ananya. Jake hasi matina taraiman, who never even ever thought that he is not the sevak and thus and the in the Sacharacha Rupa Swami Bhagavan and his entire universe, entire um, um, animate and inanimate objects in the world are the extension of the Swami, of his master. And in that way, he serves the whole universe like that. That is the sevak. That is the true dharma of Hanumanji Maharaj. So who is Swami? Swami is Sri Ram, right? Who is Ram? That which pervades everything is Ram. Sarveshu Ramante iti Rama. This means that I can only be the custodian and my duty is to serve Ram in everything, animate or inanimate objects, because Ram is what pervades everything, right? Bharatji also considers everything as belonging to Sri Ram and himself as the custodian. Just like Hanumanji. For Hanumanji, everything is Sri Ram only. And he served the world or the whole universe just like he is serving Ram. And Bharatji also is doing the same. He said that uh, everything belongs to Sri Ram. Hence, it should be properly uh, taken care of. So he thinks he himself is a custodian. He is not the owner of that. So this fourth point is, despite being highly emotional, when normal people will lose self-control, Bharatji maintains self-control, dignity, and duty consciousness. So he is very conscious of the duty, which means it's not like he is going just and leaving everything, the whole of Ayodhya just like that, open-ended for anybody to come and ransack it. No, he is very conscious of, see, everything is Sri Ram, right? And he is very conscious about that. He protects that. So, fifth point is Bharatji is highly obedient and he listens to Mother Kaushalya when she insists that he sit on chariot because people are following him and his actions. They may get tired and fall on the ground. He immediately understands that in his sadhana path or marg, or in following his own dharma, he has no right to put people around him in difficulty. This is the beauty of his sadhana. You may do whatever you want to do, but it should not trouble anybody. If it is troubling anybody, it is not sadhana. Bharatji, through his thought, behavior, and action, shows what is to live the path of true dharma, which is परहित सरिस धर्म नहीं भाई पर पीड़ा नहीं सम अधमाई. It's beautiful one liner. What is dharma? Parahit, do good to others, is the ultimate dharma, ultimate duty. And parapida means giving trouble to anybody by thought, word, or deed is mahadharma, adhamai. Adham means adharma, not righteous. And the seventh point is, even the neurons follow the true dharma. And that is so wonderful. The neurons, when they were migrating, they were going forward, then they were going backward, they were going forward, going backward. Even at the fundamental level of our brain, the neurons are following their true dharma the way exactly Bharatji was moving. So that was so beautiful to see the analogy around. Thank you so much, and I am infinitely grateful to everybody who has subscribed to Yogic Realization channel and supporting a cause of reaching out to everyone with a totally new neuroscientific interpretation of Sri Bharat CharitAmrit Sindhu. Please share this to as many people. And educate them of the beauty of Sri Ram Charitmanas and Bharatji's Charita. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. See you in the next episode.